Hello everyone, I'm Ep151,
And I am Sandman 99.
and welcome back to Fallout 4 G9-13 playthrough.
Yes, and we've got a brief hole in the fabric of time because we started this recording back at the General Atomics factory and we forgot to change one of the settings, so we ended up with nothing but a blank screen on the recording for the first 20 minutes or so. So I guess we're just going to begin here at Fort Hagen Red Rocket.
But the only things we did was we did a little bit of settlement management, and then we put the thingy into Ada here.
Yeah, we installed the radar beacon into Ada, and then she led us to the group of robots for a second radar beacon, which we just destroyed that second group of robots, which just coincidentally happened to be right at Red Rocket Fort Hagen.
Yep.
And we did a little bit of settlement management here at Fort Hagen, and then now this is where we are.
Yeah, put up a couple of extra guard posts.
Yeah. So now we need to go and talk to Ada, who apparently has become...
Stuck.
Stuck. Or something.
That's okay, we saw a car go flipping end over end earlier.
Yeah. Okay.
Here you go, Ada. One slightly dented, but still functional radar beacon.
This will do nicely, and with any luck, it'll help us trace the Mechanist's signal.
Don't worry. I'm sure it'll do the trick.
I certainly hope so. I'm going to begin my decryption routine, but it could take a while. In the meantime, I've picked up another RoboBrain beacon signal. It should be the last one you'll need to collect.
Good work, Ada.
Thank you. If my calculations are correct, the signal is coming from... Oh, this isn't good. Location confirmed. The RoboBrain is at Fort Hagen Satellite Array, which means it's in the hands of the Rust Devils.
Okay.
Who or what are the Rust Devils?
Allow me to explain. My old caravan encountered them once while crossing the river into
They're
the
a bunch
sea.
of raiders
The Rust Devils
that like
are a group of
robots.
ruthless raiders who utilize robots for their nefarious practices. They scour the Commonwealth looking for my kind. What they can't capture and reprogram, they strip for spare parts. I realize they pose a greater threat to me than you. I just want you to be well informed. That being said, despite what lies ahead, I can easily continue to decrypt the signal as we proceed. So shall we be on our way?
Sure, let's be on our way.
I'm sure everything will be fine.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we'll go and have a drink of water, and then we'll find some place to have a nap since it's nighttime.
Yeah, you know, I'm trying this whole water thing, and I just gotta say, it's not for me.
No?
No, it's not for me.
No, you would rather drink the Diet Coke or Coke Zero or whatever the hell that is.
Or the flavored water, or the whatever the hell else you drink.
Well, like
Diet
I said,
Pepsi.
I drink lots of water. It's just that I pour it through coffee grounds first.
Yeah, well, I just have a water bottle today. I was feeling kind of out of it today, so I just kind of grabbed whatever. I was just like, well, fuck it. This is a water bottle. It'll do well enough, and now I'm kind of dissatisfied. I kind of wish I'd grabbed something else.
Oh, you're feeling disgruntled.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 10 Pines Bluff has just reported that they're being attacked. And I have to have some breakfast as well. In other news. So I guess we'll have some tasty iguana on a stick. And then we'll get rid of a little bit more stuff. Another thing I did is when I was at Red Rocket Boston, is I dropped off my Gatling laser and all of the partially expended fusion cores. Because that's one annoying thing about the Gatling laser, is that if you use a different weapon for a little while and then go back to that one, it always loads a full fusion core back into it. So you end up with, you know, like 18 partially used fusion cores, right?
Yep.
You know, and it makes the list kind of cluttered and stuff like that. It would be nice if they would have figured out a way to
Reload the partially expended ones.
reload the partially expended fusion core, and that way you could like shoot that one until it was empty before.
Yeah, it's very inefficient.
Yeah. But anyway, that's, I guess, the aside from also the weight, I suppose that's kind of the big drawback to the Gatling laser, right?
Yep.
I mean, the thing packs a hell of a punch, and you can kill almost anything with it in seconds, but I don't know. I'm not really a heavy gun fan anyway. I like shotguns. Those are my favorite.
We haven't noticed.
Yeah. Anyway, we can go to Fort Hagen Satellite Array, which is actually only just a very short distance away. Why do I have two?
Oh, do you have a settlement attack?
Yeah. Oh, they can defend themselves. We're going to go and do this because we're already here.
Yeah, well, it was fortunate, too, you were saying earlier, because sometimes with these Mechanist quests, they have you go all the way across the map.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of surprised that the second radar beacon was so easy to find, because usually, well, I mean, it's at a random location, right? Generally speaking.
It's just randomized to fairly close.
Yeah. Now there's some shooting going on somewhere, but I don't know where.
And one of the other things we'd planned to do too this episode is eventually at the end of the episode go back to Nuka World and get that last token.
Yeah, because I actually remembered that I forgot, or I realized that I did not quite finish everything in Nuka World because I am missing one in here, right? Under miscellaneous somewhere.
Yeah, it's like something token.
Yeah. Well, we'll find one here. Yeah. Park medallions, right? And as it turns out, I managed to pick up every single one except for one that was surprisingly easy to find, so I don't know why I missed it, but at the Ferris wheel in Kitty Kingdom. So I'm going to go back and get that just so that I can say that I've completed all of the puzzles in Nuka World.
Targets in range. Your destruction is at hand. I've lost sight of my target. Time for you to vanish.
Yeah, those robots that want to do melee combat with Ada don't stand a chance against her after she was upgraded.
No, she's,
A melee combat killing machine.
yeah, probably the only way I could have made her more powerful is if I'd have turned her into a tank bot, right? You know, like basically a sentry bot.
Yeah, but then she wouldn't be as mobile, right?
Yeah. Where is that guy?
They're on the target again.
Okay.
Here, over here. Engaging hostile target.
Oh, look, there's a provisioner.
Powering down weapons, ma'am.
At least the provisioner didn't set off the tripwire.
Yeah, I'm surprised, actually. Because I don't think... I think it's your companions don't set off tripwires once you get the third perk in Sneak, but...
Provisioners certainly can.
I don't think that protection extends to provisioners, no. So anyway, this is a fairly well-defended area here. Looks like we took care of everything now. Yeah, here we go. Trap door into a military bunker. Or we can and pick up a few valuable things.
Got it.
And pick a couple of locks.
Yep.
Sweet.
Anyway, other than that, there isn't really very much in here, but came in here anyway just to pick up a few valuable scrap items and
That kind of thing.
yeah. That way we can say that we did. And I'm not on the ball today at all. I completely forgot to pause before we went through the loading door again.
Yeah, again. Oh well. You could always pause now.
Yeah, we'll pause.
And as soon as you pressed pause, it was done.
Yep, I guess I'm just too impatient. One thing I noticed that's quite remarkable, actually, I've been playing Baldur's Gate 3 here lately. Quite a bit. I've had the game for a while, but I never really did much with it. And it's actually a very good game. But one of the things about it, even though it's newer by quite a few years than this game, and it has some really good, you know, like high-res graphics and that kind of stuff, is that you don't have the lengthy loading screens when you go into an area, right?
Yep.
You know, like maybe how they programmed it is just more efficient or something.
Possibly, yep.
So, with all these Mechanist bots on the loose, we can't afford to skimp on lookouts. For all we know, the bastard is planning a raid to take all our bots tomorrow. No, Lockjaw, this does not mean you can set 3 bots to patrol the area and take a nap. I want at least 2 living, breathing humans patrolling the perimeter at all times. Let me know immediately if you see any strange bots coming up the hill. And I guess we can open the... How's that for a security flaw? We can open the security door from this terminal outside.
Perfectly secure to me.
Yep. Okay, so into the Fort Hagen hangar we go. So this area can be really tough, or it can be not too bad at all. It just kind of depends on how sneaky you're able to be. Because if you can sneak up on stuff and kill them before they know you're there,
Yep.
then it's not too bad. But if you alert a bunch of them, then quite often you'll be heavily outnumbered by enemies that have a considerable amount of firepower, right? Which is why, when I get to this room here, where did you go? Ada. Stuck on the stairs. Come on, get down here.
She's just a little too wide from all those melee weapons on her.
Yeah, I guess so, hey. To push her down the stairs.
Well, if she was a sentry bot, she wouldn't even be able to get down the stairs.
True. Okay, well, you know what? We're just going to do it here. Say, Ada,
Yes, ma'am.
wait
there.
here.
I'll take care of it.
Because then this way at least I don't have Ada giving me away while I'm trying to sneak. Because I'm going to try and do this the sneaky way. Because in my experience, it's a lot easier to kill one enemy at a time than it is to try and kill all of them at once. Wow, killing robots and raiders is thirsty work. I gotta have another drink of water already.
Warning, dangerous fugitive is on the loose. Do not attempt to apprehend. Attention, fugitive should be considered armed and dangerous.
Oh, I know you're here. I'll find you.
Somehow they're sort of semi-alerted already.
Search for fugitive.
That's super, Mr. Handy.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm sort of retreating a little bit.
Kill.
No need to hide. I'll be over soon.
What are you guys shooting at? They're trying to shoot me through the wall there by the looks of it.
Well, that's okay. I guess they can sit there and plink away and waste their ammo. Their guns will be loaded when you go and kill them, and then you can steal their ammo. Think of it that way.
Yeah. Well, that didn't quite go as stealthily as I had planned,
You're
but
done for.
You're still somewhat stealthy.
yeah.
Hey, he never noticed you.
Dead.
They still don't know you're there.
Oh, I'll find you soon enough.
There he is. Well, he seems to be just a little bit reluctant to come up here, so maybe we'll...
Come on out. I'll make it nice and quick. You can trust me.
There, nothing like a grenade or two to just flush those guys out of their cover, right?
Yep.
Attempt to apprehend.
Scared, huh? You should be.
I don't think there's anybody left in here. That's probably somebody in the next section. Because I probably made enough noise to alert the entire complex by now.
I'll find you.
Yeah, but they still don't know where you are. So, it's fine. It's all stealth work from here.
Oh, somebody just set off one of those weird traps that they have in here.
Fugitive
No sign
should
of
be
him now.
considered armed and dangerous.
well. So, the Brel submachine gun seems to be pretty effective at handling these guys.
You know, as long as something isn't like a mega tank, right?
Yeah.
It seems like, or like ridiculously heavily armored, it seems like it's the kind of weapon that will do reasonably well against most targets. And considering how much ammo you made for the damn thing, that's kind of a good thing.
Yeah. Well, after all that, there wasn't really anything in here anyway. Yeah, but I do like it. It's very stylish.
Didn't it also have an option for a silencer? But you didn't have the materials to make it?
No, I do have the suppressor on it right now. I did put the suppressor on it.
Oh, okay.
Shocking that I haven't found a legendary assault rifle yet.
You might never, man. You might just have to deal with having a bone stock assault rifle.
Well, the thing is, though, I've already got weapons that are just as effective as that anyway. I'm not such a huge fan of that weapon that I want to carry around something that weighs as much as a minigun, right?
Well, but they are very accurate, and they do fire 5.56, which is fairly common at this level of play. I guess it depends on how you look at it.
Yeah. Well, I tend to prefer, you know, like lighter weight weapons that use the most common ammunition. You know, like 45s.
Yeah, like combat rifles.
10 millimeter. You know, like that sort of thing, right?
Things like Overseer's Guardian.
Yeah. Gotta pick up that pack of smokes because there's just not enough cigarettes in the world.
I mean, imagine if we had like that show your equipment thing mod, but it was configured to show cigarettes.
Yeah.
You'd just be this walking ball of cigarette. That's why you don't die anymore.
Yeah.
They can't hit you through all the cigarettes.
Oh well, there's a nice set of XO1 Mark III power armor, if I wanted it.
Yeah, but who needs it?
Hunter's Missile Launcher. 50% more damage against animals. I guess that one would be good to use against Deathclaws and stuff like that, right?
Or some such.
Yeah. But again, though, a power armor user's weapon, right? I think that in a lot of cases, those super heavyweight weapons like that and power armor kind of go hand in hand. Although that being said, that in the vanilla game, power armor does give you a little bit of a carry weight buff, but not nearly as much as you would think. right? It's actually fairly small, only about 30 arbitrary weight units, right?
Yeah, enough to carry a heavier weapon, I guess, and then that would be it. You'd get one.
Whereas, you know, like I actually found a mod on the Nexus that I felt should represent, you know, like you're wearing this suit that's basically an armored exoskeleton, right? And, you know, like what it does is it has actually got several options for how much carry weight you want your power armor to add. And anywhere from, you know, like up to like 1,000 pounds or something, right? And I chose the minimum, but even the minimum is like 300. So if you jump into a set of power armor, you at least get a nice buff,
an extra 300 pounds
to your carry weight, because it's, in my opinion, not enough to just compensate for the extra weight of a minigun or a missile launcher or whatever you might be carrying, because you got to carry ammunition for these weapons too, right?
Yep. And missiles are pretty heavy.
Yeah. So, you know, and I just felt that, you know, something like the power armor should be almost like, I don't know if you ever saw the old Alien movies, but in the second one, the main character was operating basically a sort of like an exoskeleton forklift, you know?
Yeah, yep.
And that's what I kind of think of when I think of power armor, right?
Well, I can't say I ever actually saw those movies. That wasn't part of my cultural education.
Yeah.
But
they're pretty famous movies, although they're pretty old now. But
I would say that I've done reading in the past on like military ideas and experiments with like exoskeleton type armors and things like that. And the entire idea behind them is kind of to make it so that you can lift heavier things.
yeah.
Although I don't think that any of those things ever actually made it into production. But power armor, you know what? It's followed. It's a fantasy.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I think that probably, you know, like the game developers probably got the idea from this.
From such things as that.
From, well, such things as that, or actually the book version of the, you know, like people will remember the movie Starship Troopers.
Yep.
Well, that's based on a book that was written like a long time before the movie came out. And, you know, the movie kind of didn't really show the Marauder armor, which was the armor that the, you know, like heavy assault type soldiers wore in the conflict they were having with the aliens, right?
Yep.
But basically what it was actually very similar to the power armor concept, right?
Yep.
In fact, I would say that power armor closely enough resembles Marauder armor from the Starship Troopers novel that probably they took that idea directly from that.
Very likely. Well, I guess copying is the best form of flattery, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, food and water again. Okay. Now we're good to go again.
It destroys my robot allies, who only seeks to save lives. This scourge cares nothing for the progress we have made, but we will find her.
Rust Devil Workshop Terminal. Uh-oh.
Ah, okay, you're good, you're good. Yeah, the fucking game-breaking terminals.
I was just going like, what did I get hung up on? There's no chair in front of this desk.
It's a Bethesda game, man.
Yeah. Brain won't talk, make it. Smash the glass, stick your hand in it if you have to. The brains are obviously the ones calling the shots. There has to be some signal hidden inside that slimy ball of snot we can use to lead us to the mechanist. You have until tomorrow, that's when I get someone else to do it. You won't be happy if I get someone else, just do it, Ivy.
Yep.
Okay. iBot. We have the brain now, just destroy the iBot. I'm sick of hearing those incessant messages about the mechanist. Bring peace to the Commonwealth? What a load of crap. Anyway, I have some ideas on how we can make some sick mods for the thing. I want it disassembled by tomorrow. Schematics. Okay, and then a bunch of gibberish here. What's this? Jezebel interview. Okay. Play the Jezebel interview.
Alright, Brain Box. Ivy wants me to find out what makes you tick. So let's get started.
There's no need for that. I'm certain we can discuss this rather unfortunate situation before it gets completely out of hand. Now, what exactly did this Ivy tell you to do?
Simple. She wants me to crack open that dome you have for a head and find out how your brain is connected to your circuits.
Perhaps I can be of assistance in that regard. After all, there is much.
What the hell is an accord?
I need to phrase this.
Talking about
so
wires or
sounds
something?
like you would understand. Let me put it this way. You need information that's going to make your boss happy. I want to keep my brain in one piece. Maybe we can cut a deal.
Fine. I'm listening.
I'll tell you everything I know about my own construction. All the bits that Ivy wants to hear. And I promise you, she won't be disappointed. In return, you keep those tools away from me and put me back onto my body. You get what you want, and I don't get dissected like some kind of a laboratory experiment. Do we have a deal?
Well, that would save me a lot of time. And Ivy doesn't like waiting. Tell you what, you start talking, and I'll stop drilling. After I tell Ivy everything, we'll see how happy she really gets. But I think I'm gonna leave your head in that machine for now, just in case you decide to get any smart ideas. How's that for a deal?
I suppose it will have to suffice. I mean, yeah, it's a deal.
Okay.
You don't look like one of the Rust Devils. What are you doing here?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just a rust devil wearing a clever disguise.
Fuck.
Don't insult my intelligence. Why don't you just tell me why you're here, and why we're even bothering to have this conversation?
Hunting down a radar beacon.
A radar beacon? How very interesting. That's a very specific part to be searching for, and you don't look like the typical part scavenger type to me. I calculate a 98.8% chance that you're looking for the mechanist. If I'm correct, and I usually am, then perhaps we can help each other with our respective predicaments.
Okay.
I'm listening.
How refreshing. Then allow me to explain. Now, how can I put this as simple as possible so someone at your processing speed can understand? In order to find the mechanist, you're going to need more than just my radar beacon. You're going to need access to the facility. I'm willing to provide said access, but you'll have to fulfill two simple conditions. One, you need to get me as far away as you can from these lunatics. And two, find me a new body. Once both conditions are satisfied, I'll gladly provide you with everything you need. Do we have a deal?
How do I know you'll keep up your end of the bargain?
Even though there's a human brain floating in a biogel inside my head, I'm still bound by my
Yes, the good old brain in a jar.
It pains me to admit it, but one of my directives states that I cannot lie. Ever. So, while I'm not the most charming robot you've ever encountered, the last thing I'm going to do is violate an agreement we've made. Now that we have that out of the way, do we have a deal?
Okay, sure.
A wise decision. Once we're at our destination, I'll happily relinquish my radar beacon as a gesture of good faith. Now, I strongly suggest you stop loitering in the middle of a hostile location and get us both out of here at once.
Okay, well, we'll grab El Jezebel.
And then nuke Ahab.
Well, come on. Let's not wait around for more horrifying monstrosities.
Okay. There, now we can probably switch back to something a little more,
Fine. Scamper off and lick your wounds.
See? Killing Ahab was a stealth kill.
Watch the tripwires. I'd rather keep myself intact today, thank you.
What tripwires? The invisible tripwires?
Come on out. I'll make it nice and quick. You can trust me.
That's weird. See all the tripwires?
Mm-hmm.
Something must have tripped the tripwires already before I even came into this area.
Maybe when they were all running around and all half alerted, right?
Yeah, maybe. Because usually those tripwires are all lit up, right? Okay. We'll have a look in here.
Quiet.
From Ivy, read this. Whoever reset the scores, I will find you and have your head. Until one of you owns up to it, this terminal is off limits. So, this is where you can get the Automatron minigame. And then, of course, there's the scores, which have all been reset. So now I've got 2 or 3 of those minigame things, right? Like you can plug the holotape into a terminal and play the minigame, whatever it might be. And of course, I'm also running a mod where if you have that holotape in your possession, you can actually build an upright video game version
of the thing.
Yeah, and you can even assign settlers to them. And they'll give your settlement happiness.
And then the settler will sit there and endlessly play the game, or what?
That's right. The settler will sit there and endlessly play the game, won't do anything else.
And that will produce settlement happiness somehow.
Yeah. Well, for that person anyway.
Entire settlement goes to shit, but it still stays under your control because there's that one fucking guy playing the arcade machine?
Yeah.
You really are taking the path of...
Yes, a path of most resistance. Okay, we got a few of these.
Most resistance here, aren't you?
I'm gonna drop one of those here. This can actually be a fairly tough area, too. We'll drop one of those here.
Intruder.
Well, maybe even drop one here.
Yourself.
Yeah.
Well, that's problem solved.
Yeah. I may not actually need to, Like, I may not actually need the mines, but,
Just in case a melee enemy charges you, I guess.
oh, I guess I can't, hit that gun turret behind the sandbags there or something. Okay, well, I think I can go pick up my mines now. Because it looks like I managed to eliminate all the enemies just by shooting them.
Well, this is a pretty handy gun.
Yeah. Oh, there's another guy over there. Just saw him peek his head in there. Yeah.
Warning, dangerous fugitive is on the loose. Do not attempt to apprehend. Continuing search for fugitive.
Guess we gotta use this terminal to open this door here.
Stubborn! I'll give you that.
Oh, I guess somebody spotted me while I was using the terminal.
As soon as you used the terminal, you were screwed.
Oh well.
Still waiting, asshole!
You're able to get that machine gun turret at least.
Yeah, well, I got the little bit better angle so I could shoot around the sandbags.
Come on out! I'll make you
Okay, well,
nice
that
and
guy's
quick.
still running around
You can
confused, so
trust me.
I guess we'll just continue on. We'll get to him in good time. Oop, somebody just ran through a trap.
Probably that guy. Or that robot you saw.
Yeah, maybe. Because there was a robot upstairs there too, right?
You're not afraid, are you?
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised at how much of a punch this little machine gun has, actually. Okay, there is a chair in front of this terminal, so I guess
you gotta
before
save to prevent yourself from getting soft locked by the evil chair.
That's right. I don't know, every time I go back and play New Vegas, I marvel at how easy and trouble-free accessing a terminal is. Okay, who is the mechanist? His robots are everywhere, every junkyard, every factory, even that robotics pioneer park. How are we supposed to find our parts for our own bots with this loser cutting us off at the pass? It's not like we don't fight back, but we kill a group of his bots and 10 more appear. Does this guy just pump them out at some assembly line somewhere? Finding him is our top priority, because what else are we going to do while he keeps getting in our way? We will find him, make a bot from his bones, and force it to take out our trash. Pioneer Park disaster. It was a routine scrapping mission. We were going to go in, take the 4 Protectron bots, and get out. No big deal. Yeah, the recon on the location warned us of a Deathclaw in the area, whatever. With our bots, a Deathclaw might as well be a mole rat. No big. We even managed to sneak in, get to the bots without waking the monster. Well, as we were trying to get the bots out of there, a horde of mechanist robots showed up and started fighting us to get at our loot. Because the universe has a sick sense of humor, this woke up the Deathclaw, so then we had to deal with that too. In short, we lost 3 men and 2 of our bots were pulverized, but we did manage to nab one of the mechanist robo-brains alive. I'm hoping it will lead me to the bastard that keeps messing with our shit. I think that was it for this terminal. Yeah. Ahab. The Deathclaw that killed my men, I stuck his skull on a bot. Not just any bot, but the ultimate death bot. Ahab will be at my side when I find the Mechanist and get revenge for what he did to the Rust Devils. I just hope we don't pulverize his bones in the process. I want to use them to make something fun. Oh, there's that robot. Oh, there's another turret up there too. Well, nothing up on the roof here. And there doesn't seem to be anything else aware of us here, so maybe that trap I heard going off got the Rust Devil Raider.
Probably.
Right, again, there's no laser beams left here. I don't see any dead bodies around either, though. Oh, another terminal. Look at that, I'm standing on the evil chair. So then I have to climb down off the chair and then step back sideways to sit down on the chair again before I can access the terminal.
Of course.
Nice.
Okay, all that's in this one is turret control, and I already destroyed the turrets, so oops. So I guess that guy wasn't dead, he just settled down and was hiding or something.
Or maybe that robot we saw went through it or something. Who knows?
Well, there's lots of stuff to pick up in here anyway. there's that dead robot that I killed. And now that I'm down here, I'm going to have to go right back down to the main floor and backtrack, because I don't think I can get back into the building here. Unless I can somehow climb on this or something. No. Okay, fine.
Can't do it.
I guess we'll just go back around again.
If only you had that jetpack mod that
the sweater vest gamer uses with the jetpack ring.
Yep, the jetpack ring.
Oh, that's, you know what? It's kind of neat, but in a way, it's also a terrible mod. It breaks your game. You end up being able to get into places that you have no business going. You know, like that. I don't think the game was even designed
based on my limited experience with you,
to allow you to go into those areas and that kind of thing.
Here. Not optimal. An increase in effort could have an impact on the odds.
But then again, though, they did give you the ability to put the jetpack on the power armor. But I think that's also limited by the amount of AP that you have.
Yep.
Whereas I don't think the jetpack ring has that limit, right?
Oh, so you can just jetpack forever, can you?
Yeah, you can basically just jetpack forever.
Does the thing eliminate fall damage then?
Yeah.
This is the one that
oh yeah, I would have to, because I mean you can literally almost end up in orbit with this thing, right? Well, you actually did get to disarm a laser tripwire that hadn't been already set off by someone else. What do you think? Shall we start these guys off with a grenade into their area?
Yeah, why not?
I'll find you.
Uh-oh. Come on, reload the goddamn gun already. Jeez.
Yeah, you were lucky there.
Had I a body, I
Man.
would have killed her myself. Oh well. 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Good job, human.
Oh yeah. So after I switch weapons, then I switch back to it and it's reloaded, right?
Nice.
Well, I guess if I was a power armor fan, then those pieces would be a good find too.
But alas,
I can't
you do
believe
the ballistic weave thing.
Yep, I can't believe that I dropped a plasma grenade on those guys and they were still like kicking around, right? Because I've got rank 4 explosives too. Like, you'd think that that would have killed them outright.
Well, I guess they're pretty robust anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing that's really annoying, is that if you shoot your gun empty, then when you're reloading, if you get hit by a melee attack or something like that, it interrupts your reload process.
Yep. And guns just don't reload as quickly as they do in New Vegas.
No. In New Vegas, with this same gun, I would have been able to shoot it empty, reload it, and then shoot it empty again in the amount of time it took me to
reload it once.
Reload it once.
And the reload on this gun isn't even all that slow.
No.
By comparison to some of the other guns in Fallout.
Well, the speed of reload in New Vegas actually makes something like the Caravan shotgun a viable weapon, right?
Yep.
Because if you had to reload that gun at the same speed that you have to reload a double-barreled shotgun in this game,
it'd be too slow.
Yeah, it would be too slow. It wouldn't be a practical weapon in Fallout New Vegas terms. But anyway, we are nearly through here. We've got just a couple more doors to open, and I could grab that, but what's the point? I'm never going to use it. Okay, we need to open the security door with this terminal here, and then we're out of here. We go up the stairs. Okay, we tell Ada to follow us.
And now you gotta push her past, and you know, at least you can run into her and push past her.
Yeah. That's because she's floating, right? Oh yes, the long loading screen again.
Well, you could always...
Oh, there we go. So we're going to miss out on the funny bug, because, well, maybe you can still kind of see the facial animations a little bit, but it's a funny bug that's going on. Where did Ada go now? Oh, she's over there. Where when Jezebel talks, your character's mouth moves.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What's up? What can I do? Here you go, Ada. The final radar beacon. I'll need that head back when you're done.
Of course. Shouldn't take but a moment. There you go. Still in one piece. I'm not sure why you want the head back. All we needed was its radar beacon. Besides, robo-brains are notorious for being, well, a real pain in the neck.
Okay.
We still need it, Ada. I believe it can help us access the Mechanist's facility.
Of course. It makes perfect sense that the Mechanist would not only keep its location a closely guarded secret, but would secure it against intrusion as well. I'm terribly sorry. I hadn't considered that possibility at all. I'm afraid when it comes to assisting humans, I'm not doing very well lately.
Oh, you're being
Don't
helpful?
Be ridiculous.
We wouldn't be able to do this quest line without you.
That's kind of you.
Literally.
Ever since I let my friends die in that caravan, I feel like I've been.
But that's one of the reasons that I set Ada up as a Mr. Handy type robot.
Yep.
Because Ada can be very troublesome in that she'll keep getting lost and that kind of thing. She's one of the worst companions for that, right?
Your personality defines you as an individual. Never let that go.
You're right. All of the good memories I've experienced being Ada would be lost if my personality mode was shut down. I can't afford to lose them. I really think I needed to hear that.
And I know
from
that you can locate NPCs on the computer terminals that you can build in settlements, right? So if you lose Nick Valentine, for example, well, you can go into one of those terminals and activate Find Nick Valentine, and it will give you a like a quest marker where you know where Nick Valentine is, right?
Yep.
But I'm not sure if that works for Ada, which makes Ada a real nuisance. You have to actually keep track of where
she is at all times.
Yeah, really, because you could be traveling, you know, across the Commonwealth
and lose her
and realize that Ada's not there anymore, and you have no idea where Ada disappeared, right? And then you don't know the first place there. 10 Pines Bluff successfully defended itself. You don't know where to go and look for her then, right?
Yep.
It really would have been much simpler if with these games if
Hey.
Vampire attack.
Yeah.
I guess it is that time of night.
Yeah, it is. I just got infected with the vampire disease too.
How the hell did that happen?
There's a random chance, right? It's well, it's not a random. It's a percentage chance, I guess I should say, right? That when you encounter vampires or those bloodworms in Nuka World, or sometimes blood bugs and that kind of thing, that you can get. But I've got lots of garlic essence, so there I can cure myself, right? Take garlic essence and it cures the vampire disease, right? Which is why I deliberately went around and, you know, off camera a couple of times, scouring every merchant in the Commonwealth looking for garlic essence, right? Because if you don't want to be a vampire, well then, you know, that's the quickest and easiest way to be able to cure yourself out in the field without having to go and look for a doctor who's able to do it for you, right? I picked up all kinds of stuff here. Anyway, this gun that I picked up off of that raider boss is kind of an interesting thing, the Tesla rifle. And one of the problems with it is that it's, you know, like you have to be by yourself because it'll be like indiscriminate friendly fire.
Yep.
You know, like if you shoot an enemy with it, then there's a good chance that the lightning could arc from that enemy to one of your allies or something too, right? Which is, you know, really a very big liability as far as that weapon goes. But you can do a lot of different things with it, and it's actually a pretty powerful weapon. You can give it an automatic barrel, which actually doesn't reduce the damage per shot very much, but, you know, more than doubles the fire rate.
Yep.
Or you can give it a charging barrel, so you have to hold down the trigger for a couple of seconds to fully charge it first, and then when you let go of the trigger, it'll fire. Kind of like what you do with a Gauss rifle, right?
Yep.
Or you can get the shotgun barrel, so you have to, you know, that's also, you have to charge that one. Or you can get it to be kind of like a grenade launcher almost, right? So pretty damaging weapon, and also, you know, like it uses common ammunition because it just uses fusion cells for ammunition. But I'm not going to carry it around because the friendly fire thing for me is a deal breaker, right?
Yep.
So you can't be damaging your companions with a weapon.
It's just the best choice of weapon to use in the defense of the settlement.
Yeah.
Give it to a settler.
Yeah, really. Yeah, for that you don't do that for the same reason that you don't give a missile launcher to a settler, okay? Because missile launchers have an area of effect as well. And you know, like you just don't want something like that to end up in the hands of a settler. It's just like one time I was, you know, like going to rescue a settlement from a settlement attack. And I'm not sure, like, I think I remember seeing a couple of pretty big explosions at some point.
Yep.
Because it was at one of the bigger settlements, right? I don't even remember which one, but one of the larger ones where you can't see everybody at once. And then I go, you know, looking around, looting dead enemies and that kind of thing. And then there's this settler carrying a fat man on her shoulder, right? It's like, oh, that's where the explosions came from.
Yeah, you can't have that.
And it's like, no, you can't have that, okay? I took it away.
God.
And that's why you don't leave weapons like that just in the workbench.
Yeah, that's why you put them on the weapon plaques.
That's why you put them on the weapon display racks, because they'll take them out of the workbench, but they seem to leave them alone if you put them in display racks, right?
Yeah, well, they're probably just taking the highest damage thing that they can see.
Yeah, well, what I noticed is quite often when a settlement attack happens, if settlers don't have any good weapons, if they're just, you know, armed with the typical
bone stock pipe
pistols and that kind of thing, they'll actually go to the workbench and take any available weapon that happens to be in the workbench if it's a good weapon.
Yep.
But what they'll do is they'll also take all of the ammunition for that weapon, right? So you'll see a settler with a laser rifle, and when you go to check that settler's inventory out, well, that settler has a laser rifle and 753 fusion cells, right?
Fuck.
Because they don't just take enough to load the weapon, they take all of it.
Yep.
But anyway, we managed to unload some of our junk, and we can go in here and take a quick nap again. And then maybe we'll wrap this episode up by going back to Nuka World and getting that last token. I have no idea what happens if you collect all the tokens. I don't think I've ever done that before.
Well, I guess you'll have an opportunity to see now.
Yeah. I don't even know what you're supposed to do with the tokens once you have them all.
Maybe you'll get a quest prompt update or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you never know. Maybe. We'll go there anyway and just see what happens. And then we'll build a robot body for Jezebel, and we'll install the last doohickey in Ada, so she can tell us how to find the mechanist, and then... But that's a lot to do. We'll maybe do some of that stuff in the next episode. Because I would imagine we're nearing the end of our time here.
Yeah, we're almost at an hour 10.
Yeah.
So probably heading to Nuka World and getting the thing is going to take up most of the rest of the time here.
Yep, and I cannot go that way. I ran into the invisible edge of the world. And it's all foggy, but I think I see the big Nuka-Cola bottles there in the distance. Okay. So it must be time to do a quick save after all that. Yeah, so I was, like I said before, I was been playing Baldur's Gate 3 quite a bit.
Yep.
And I decided to try playing a drow character. because in the olden days, back when in the 1980s with the pen and paper books, well, drow were not really playable characters, right?
Yeah.
And so everybody that I encounter just about has some comment about drow, and some of them are almost, hostile, like they reach for weapons and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it was pretty funny. I bumped into a kid in the Druid Grove, and the kid said something to the effect of, "Wow, I heard that drow steal children," and one of my answers was, "Don't be ridiculous. We kill far more children than we enslave, right?" And so I thought that was like, just joking kind of thing.
Yep.
And then later, I encounter one of the local sort of law enforcer types who wants to arrest me for threatening children, right?
God.
So
threatening children.
So I guess when you play a drow character, you have to watch what you say to people, because they will
are very, very.
They will actually take what you say seriously, right?
Yeah.
Experience the future at the Galactic Zone, or relive the Wild West at Dry Rock Gulch. Take a tour through the Nuka-Cola bottling plant, or visit Kitty Kingdom and meet the whole Nuka family. And
But yeah, from what I can remember from the olden days, like we're talking second edition, like drow were scary enemies that had strong weapons and armor and high magic resistance and that kind of thing. That
yep.
And also a generally bad attitude toward all other living things, kind of thing.
Transit center.
So people were understandably afraid of them. Yeah, Ada doesn't like Nuka World. But then again, though, they appear to have, this is apparently based off of the 5th edition rules now already, which I have never even turned a page or read any of, because I haven't actually played the pen and paper game since, the early 1990s kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
And, it appears that the game has changed a great deal. Since then, I think I just went all the way around the circle and back to where I started again.
Some of the editions were very, very different from like basic D&D or first edition or second edition. Like some of the versions they came out with afterwards, like 3.5, were very, very different. And I don't really know what 4 was like, but yeah.
Well, one of the things, the biggest thing that I noticed that's a big difference is that they reversed everything, right? Because at one time, you used to have, for your character, for combat purposes, you'd have a number, which is the number required for your character to hit a target that had armor class 0, right?
Yep.
And then everything was calculated from there. So if you got your handy-dandy two-handed sword out and decided you were going to hit the orc or whatever, well, if the orc was wearing armor that gave him armor class 6, well, then you would take your THAC0 number, your number required to hit armor class 0, and you would subtract 6 from it, and then that would be the number you needed to roll, or higher, in order to hit your target, right? And they seem to have completely reversed that now, because in that system, lower numbers for armor class were better. So if you were armor class 1, well, then you were better protected than if you were armor class 7, right?
Yeah, I think they reversed that quite some time ago.
They completely reversed it now, so that actually higher
armor class is better.
The higher the number that you have for armor class, the better your protection. And the same thing with like things that would be resolved by ability score checks and that kind of thing, like because they did have that even way back in the basic rules games that were in the 1970s. You could use an ability score check to resolve something that a player might have tried to do that wasn't actually directly covered by the rules, right?
Yep.
But back then, though, say if you have a character trying to climb a wall and they're not a thief, well, you'd maybe have them roll against their dexterity ability, and they would have to roll equal to or less than their dexterity score in order to succeed.
Yep.
Whereas now, it appears that there's some sort of success roll that is almost the reverse of that. And instead of, like, the lower the number you roll, the better. Now it's the higher number you roll, the better, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not at Kitty Kingdom, and Kitty Kingdom is over here somewhere.
You've kind of been, wandering
I've been
off.
digressing and wandering around here. Yeah, I went past it. I'm behind it now.
Yeah,
But,
I don't know. They changed around a whole lot of the ways that calculations are done, and they started doing that as early as, like, the 3rd edition and things like that.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that, though, because the old system was actually pretty simple, and it worked just fine, right? But, and then they added a whole bunch of feats and special abilities, and,
Yep.
you know, like, beginning level characters have a lot higher health totals than they used to, and so do all of the NPCs and enemies, too, right? Like, everything is basically been upscaled, right?
Yep, the numbers inflation game that is modern gaming. But it is what it is.
That being said, though, I don't fully understand how it works, but the idea of spellcasters being able to cast spells more often, I think, is a good thing. Right?
Instead of just firing your sleep spell and then...
Well, you know, like as a level 1 mage, you have one spell memorized, and once you've cast that spell, then you're basically baggage for the rest of the adventure, right?
Yep.
Okay, somewhere around here there's going to be a coin dispenser.
Self-diagnostic complete.
Right, like one of those coin dispenser thingamajigs. See it anywhere?
Nope.
I'm sure it said even right in here, right? Precious metals. And it says collect
from
a
the
part
Ferris
medallion
wheel.
From the Ferris wheel. So where is the... And it's usually like one of those little... It's basically a red, almost like mailbox kind of a thing that you get your park medallion out of, right? But maybe it's fairly well hidden, and that's why I missed it the first time when we were in here. We can activate the ride if we want to.
Maybe it's not as easy as it seems.
Maybe it's not as easy as it seems. Let's try activating the ride. Okay, that didn't really do anything. I'm sure that there must be a dispensing machine, right, that you would get the coin out of, because every other one that I've found has been in one of those coin dispensing machines, right?
Are we gonna have to pause and look around here
We
for a
might have
second?
to pause and look around, because I have no idea where it is.
And we're back, and you found it.
Yes, and it is close to the
Ferris wheel.
The Ferris wheel.
It's just not at the Ferris wheel.
Oh, okay. We have to go back to Nira. Remember Nira, the robot Nuka-Cola bottle?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we have to go back there. So we'll go back and talk to Nira now that we have collected all of the medallions and see what kind of reward we get. hopefully something good. Looks like there's another door in here. We can go in here, on this side.
Wild details about what happened to him are scary.
There's Nira right there.
Hi there! If you have any questions about Nuka World, I'd be delighted to answer them. And remember, if you collect a full set of park medallions, I'll give you a special reward.
Well, you got him.
Okay.
Tell me more about these park medallions.
I'd be delighted to. Spread throughout the park are several dispensing machines that will give you a special park medallion. Once you've got a complete set, just bring them back to me for a special reward.
Okay. I've got all the park
A full set of
medallions.
park medallions.
So you do. Why, that's just Nuka-tastic. Here's your special reward. What else would you like to know?
What did I get?
Mad Mulligan something or other.
No questions for now.
In that case, thanks for error.
Oh, okay, that's the medallions getting removed.
Oh.
You're still here? Get the hell out of my face, you miserable, dung-sniffing dirt scratcher!
System restored. Have a great day.
Oh, I got some Nuka-Cola Dark and Grape and
Quantum.
Basically, I just got a bunch of Nuka-Cola drinks for that.
Yep, apparently.
That's it?
Apparently.
Wow.
Well, it is a theme park.
Yeah, I guess, eh? Okay, well, that wasn't really very much of a reward.
Anticlimactic reward.
Yeah, I thought I was actually going to get something good, but I guess not. Anyway,
well.
I guess that pretty much finishes off all of the Nuka World puzzles, though.
Indeed.
I think there's absolutely nothing else with Nuka World left to do. Now, I have left nothing unfinished. So,
we'll just be picking up on the Mechanist next time. I guess you could do some settlement management while you're here.
yeah, but I think we're about out of time, so I'll probably do that off camera.
Alright.
I'll travel around to the various settlements here in Nuka World now, since I'm in the neighborhood. But, and I guess next time around we'll be heading off to, continue on with the Mechanist storyline.
Indeed.
So, until then.
I'm Rec B5.
And I am Sandman 99.
Have a good one.